Growth and development in plants. 1. What is development in plants? Development is a programmed series of changes by which an organism is converted from a simpler to a more complex form. 2. What is growth in plants? Growth is the irreversible increase in the size and mass of an organism. 3. What are the 4 phases of plant growth and development? The 4 phases are: 1. Cell division. 2. Cell elongation. 3. Cell maturation. 4. Cell differentiation. 4. What is open growth in plants? Open growth is the unique pattern where plants add new organs, branches, leaves, roots, throughout their life. Meristematic tissues. 5. What are meristematic tissues? Meristematic tissues are specialized tissues in plants where cells actively divide, enabling growth. 6. Where are meristems located in higher plants? Meristems are located at growing points such as the tips of roots, shoots, and lateral sides. 7. What are initial and derivative cells in meristems? Initial. The cell that remains in the meristem after division. Derivative. The cell that is pushed away and differentiates into other tissues. 8. What are the 2 main types of meristems? 1. Apical meristems. 2. Lateral meristems. Apical meristems. 9. Where are apical meristems found? Apical meristems are found at the tips of roots and shoots. 10. What is the role of apical meristems? They lengthen the plant's above and below ground parts. 11. Why are apical meristems called primary meristems? They are present in plants from embryonic life. Lateral meristems. 12. What are lateral meristems? Lateral meristems are cylinders of dividing cells that increase the thickness and diameter of stems and roots. 13. Name the 3 types of lateral meristems. 1. Vascular cambium. 2. Cork cambium, Feligen. 3. Intercalary meristem. 14. What is vascular cambium? Vascular cambium is a lateral meristem that adds secondary xylem, wood, and secondary phloem to the plant body. 15. What is cork cambium, Feligen? Cork cambium is a lateral meristem that forms cork, outer bark, and secondary cortex. 16. What are intercalary meristems? Intercalary meristems are separated from apical meristems and are located near nodes, helping in the growth of lateral branches and leaves. Types of plant growth. 17. What is primary growth in plants? Primary growth refers to the increase in length of roots and shoots due to apical meristem activity. 18. What is secondary growth in plants? Secondary growth refers to the increase in thickness and diameter of stems and roots, carried out by lateral meristems. 19. Which plants show secondary growth? Dicots and gymnosperms show secondary growth. 20. What are primary tissues? Tissues present before the onset of secondary growth are called primary tissues. 21. What are secondary tissues? Tissues produced during secondary growth are called secondary tissue. Role of lateral meristems in secondary growth. 22. Name the 2 lateral meristems involved in secondary growth. 1. Vascular cambium. 2. Cork cambium. 23. What is the role of vascular cambium? It produces secondary xylem, wood, and secondary phloem. 24. What causes annual rings in plants? Differential growth of xylem cells in spring and autumn forms growth rings. 25. How can you determine the age of a plant? By counting the number of growth rings or annual rings. 26. What is the role of cork cambium? Cork cambium produces cork, outer bark, and secondary cortex. Wood and bark. 27. What is wood in plants? Wood is the bulk of secondary xylem produced during secondary growth. 28. What is heartwood? Heartwood is the inner region of wood blocked by waste deposition, giving it a dark appearance. 29. What is sapwood? Sapwood is the outer, functional region of secondary xylem. 30. What is bark in plants? Bark is the outer region of the stem from the vascular cambium to the epidermis. 31. What is the difference between inner and outer bark? Inner bark, region inside cork cambium, secondary phloem, cortex, etc. Outer bark, region outside cork cambium, cork, epidermis. Growth correlations. 32. What are growth correlations in plants? Interactions among different growing points in plants that affect growth rates. 33. What are the types of growth correlations? 1. Positive correlation. Growth of one part promotes the growth of another. 2. Negative correlation. Growth of one part inhibits the growth of another. Apical dominance. 34. What is apical dominance? Apical dominance is the inhibition of lateral bud growth by the apical bud. 35. What causes apical dominance? The release of auxins from the apical bud inhibits the growth of lateral buds. 36. What hormone antagonizes auxins in apical dominance? Cytokinins, produced by lateral buds, antagonize auxins. 37. Which plants show strong apical dominance? Tall plants with short side branches show strong apical dominance. 38. Which plants show weak apical dominance? Short plants with dense lateral branches show weak apical dominance.